Friends, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Bill Crane Sports Report. Joined again by Gary Patterson and Scott Patterson. And we're here to give you the straight scoop on the Boston sports scene and other just sports scenes.
There you go.
So I thought we'd start with, we have two lead stories, and then I think we'll get into the Red Sox and the Patriots and the Bruins. Bad story. Kurt Schilling put a blurb out on his blog. Congratulations to his daughter, Gabby Schilling, who will pitch for the Save Regina Seahawks next year. And I guess he was buried with obscene, foul Twitters or whatever the heck those things are. Tweets. And I guess he blew his stack. His first reaction was, these guys are really stupid if they think they're doing this anonymously, because the telephone number appears right on the damn screen, I guess, doesn't it? Is that correct?
Yeah, well, it's your username. And so it can be, your username can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay, but he said that he can track the telephone number.
The IP address to the internet.
No. What's that mean?
It's a new version of the telephone number.
Anyway, he can track them down, and he found out who they were, and his first reaction was, man, I'm going to punch him out.
Right. Yeah. Understandable.
Then he cooled down. And he's pursuing criminal charges. And he exposed two of them by name, and one of them's been thrown out of college, provisionally anyway, and they're investigating him at the college, and the other one has lost his job.
Is that right?
Yeah. So he said there's some others that he's going to go after, and he said, this is the way I'm going to handle it. He said, and if people don't go after these guys, they'll just keep it up.
Yeah, it's a problem, certainly.
It certainly is.
Out there.
Would these bums, and that's what they are, would they have the guts to say to his face what they said about his daughter?
No, of course not. It's so easy when it's anonymous.
Yeah,
right?
that's
or
exactly.
They think it's anonymous.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if they would approach him directly, I'd like to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would be over quickly.
Yeah, be a bloody nose instead of a bloody sock. Yeah.
Well said. Said. Well, anyway, I don't think we've heard the last of this story.
Apparently
by
not.
Any
good
stretch.
for him.
Yeah, good for him is right.
Yeah.
Good for him. The other big story is your friend and mine, Vince Wilfork.
Vince Wilfork, yeah.
Has got his walk-in papers from the Patriots. I guess he received them either on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and finally the news came out.
Right.
I don't think there's any real football fan in New England that didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much a given.
Yeah. But, yeah, he'd like heck to see it because he's been a great player, a great citizen.
Community guy, yeah.
A real community guy.
Yeah.
And a great teammate. I mean, you talk about somebody as a representative of your team. Doesn't get any better than Wilfork.
Yeah.
I see him from time to time up to the steakhouse up in Franklin.
Yeah.
He brings in an entourage with him.
I've seen him up there too. That's funny.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what, he fills the whole aisle when he walks down there. But always smiling, always laughing, always talking to people. He's a good guy. So, Scott, what do you think is going to happen now?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to come back.
Really?
I hope he does.
I hope he does too, but
I think we all do, yeah. But you think that, well okay.
I think once he hits free agency,
yes,
it's going to become a problem.
Somebody's
going to go
he's going to hit free agency. He's not going to come back to the Patriots and say, oh, please sign me for minimum wage or something. Yeah. He's not going to do that. But what's the range of offers going to be? Where is the money going to be?
I don't really know.
I wouldn't be, there's a lot of teams out there with money, right now. And
Okay.
they have to spend, including the Patriots have to spend to get to the cap number. And I think somebody will throw him a 1-year, $6 million offer, and the Patriots
Really?
won't match it.
For a 33-year-old, I think he's going to be
On a
33.
1-year deal.
On a 1-year deal with a guy that is just coming off Achilles heel.
He is,
the
but he had a
Mr.
great year, played over 70% of the
He
plays.
did? No question
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
No question about it.
I'm thinking
But do you
Miami.
tempt fate with $6 million?
If you have the cap space and the money and
Really?
an owner like they have in Miami who's willing to throw it around.
Yeah. Is Miami close enough?
Well, he,
I
of
can
course,
only
went to school at the University of Miami.
True
He's
story.
a Florida kid.
Yes.
Right? So he'd have a going home element to it. The Dolphins are supposedly one of the teams that's going to make a big push for Sue, the Detroit lineman.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And if they don't get him,
Yeah.
because only one team's going to get him, then Vince could be a nice fallback for him.
Well, you know, I would really prefer Sue to sign with a team in the Canadian Football League. You know, we only see them perhaps during an exhibition
Yeah.
season on TV.
You
He's
and Tom Brady, both.
Yeah. Sue is a one-man demolition
A wrecking
crew.
ball. He
Yeah.
sure is.
He sure is right.
Yeah.
And he's got that nasty, borderline dirty
Yeah.
mentality, like, gee, if I don't get a clean tackle on you, I'll see if I can break your ankle
Right.
instead,
Right.
kind of guy.
Which you can rationalize when he's on your team.
Oh, when he's on your team, he's your best buddy. But so, really, you really think somebody will go somewhere
I think
in
somebody
that $6
will
million
go in the
range?
$4 to $6 million
Yeah,
range.
well, the
And
$4
once they get
million
over-
range, I think
yeah.
the Patriots could match that.
I don't know.
Well, that's
I see
you
their
know,
limit being about 3.
I
They have other business to attend to.
I was listening this afternoon to Dale Arnold and
Holly.
Hawley,
Yeah.
Michael Hawley. Now, Michael Hawley, I don't think I'd call him an insider, but I think he's fairly well wired into the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote that book.
Yes, he
spent
did.
the season with
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
He thinks that one of the main reasons is that the Patriots are going to go to a different type of defense, play differently by different kinds of down linemen, that they're going to go to the more athletic guys.
I hope so.
And that in the big scheme of things, even if Vince wanted to come back, it might be a sticky wicket
Huh.
because they might not want him back. Now, politically, that would be sort of suicide on the part of
Well-
the Patriots, but
Yeah.
we're into, and he said it perfectly. In fact, Dale Arnold said it perfectly. He said, we're big into trust Bill here in
Yeah.
New England when it comes to decisions like that. Because he usually knows what he's doing, and he's about 3 steps ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
He must have a plan.
I'm sure he does. You know, a one wild card is the kid they drafted in the first round
Yes.
last year, easily.
Damon Easley.
Yeah.
Damien or Damon?
Dominique.
Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out with the knee,
Got that out of the
right?
book.
But quick, right?
Very quick,
Really
yeah.
quick off the line. That was
Yeah.
his
Forte.
forte,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's all going to be interesting. Now I have the, you know, of course I have Belichick's ear. So I mean I helped him with the plan, and the plan is, well, get him, you know, Vince, and then Mayo, and tell him we're renegotiating him, and Amendola, and we'll get enough money to sign Darryl Revis.
Right.
And you know what? I'm joking about that, but I
good
don't
plan.
think I'm too far off.
No, you're not at all.
I think that they're scrimping and saving, looking what's in the piggy bank that they can throw at Darrelle Revis. Because I think if they get close. Now, there was a fellow on, I couldn't catch his name, but they were interviewing him. And at the end of the interview, I think it was Michael Hawley said, the chances of Darrelle Revis coming back to the Patriots. He said, if the Patriots are close, good, damn good.
Yeah.
He wants to come back. But
but he wants to get paid.
Yes, he's not going to take nickels and dimes.
Right.
I think that's the way this is going to go. I think that they're setting it up to sign Revis, but Browner may be a casualty.
Browner may very well be a casualty, right?
Yeah.
In this week, if it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
because
this
he's,
week.
it's not
to
just
pay him a
funny money
bonus.
that he's due. He's due some bread.
Yeah.
And they also said Arrington is got
Could
some
go.
money coming too,
Yeah.
that may be a little bit more than he's worth.
Yeah.
Or these guys could negotiate down. I don't think Browner will. I think
I've
Browner
also
will.
heard Arrington the safety as well.
Ah, really?
I've been hearing that the last 2 days.
Boy, I'll tell you. Oh man, McCourty. I got McCourty all re-signed. I don't know about
Yeah.
you guys,
I'm
but
not too sure.
I'm not too sure about that either. Once he hits the market, somebody's going to blow him away.
well, the deal
offer.
supposedly is whatever he hears, he brings back to the Patriots.
Right.
He doesn't just sit down and say, "Well, okay, I'll just sign
I'm
this."
sure
right
he
now."
will. And at that point, the Patriots say, "Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
we,
Well,
we can't go there."
yeah. Well, that's it. That's
Right.
it. But this kid, he's the best safety on the free agent list right this year.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's intelligent. He's controlled out there. He's come a long, long way. And he's young.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah. I mean, you got him at the prime of his career. Boy, I mean, re-signing him is a no-brainer if you can
If
afford
you
it.
can get it done, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he does want to be here, but
He does, yeah. Yeah, well, why not? You compete for the championship, go to the Super Bowl every single year here. Not that you make it, but you're knocking on the door.
right.
I mean, you're a 700 or a 750 club every year. I mean, you're coached by the best coach in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, who the devil would want to go someplace else?
Yeah, he's got some media things going here.
Yeah, he got. Well, that's the other thing too. You know,
down
these
the road.
guys, New England is football happy,
Yeah.
and these guys make an awful lot of money on the side too.
Yeah, he does well on TV.
Well, he's an articulate guy.
He can talk.
Yeah. Well, all right. You want to continue with football then? I got a couple of other things about football.
Sure, bring it on, Bill.
All right. Boy, the Red Sox are getting shuffled to the bottom of the deck. No, the Bruins are going to be
Yeah.
on the bottom of the deck. Pat's tag Gostowski.
Yeah.
Is that just a negotiating like, Stephen, look, we don't have time to screw with you right now. So look, we're going to tag you, and later on
We'll
we'll
be back.
work out a 3-year deal where you'll get 3.8 over.
The number's
year.
pretty high, but
You know,
you need your kicker.
second highest price kicker in the league.
Yeah.
You need your kicker, though.
Well,
And he's good.
I don't think there's anybody
Great
any
kicker.
better.
Yeah.
So he certainly led the
There's some kids
league
coming
in
out of
touchbacks.
college. There's some kids coming out of college that can kick, but
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know them. You don't know where the heads are at.
Yeah. You didn't know about Gostkowski either when you let Vinatieri go, right?
Tell you, but you know what? He had to have had some inside information on Gostowski. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. The Pats only spent 82% of the cap over the last 2 years.
Right.
So in the 4-year deal that they have, this 4-year window, they got to get that up to a total of 89%. They only get 2 years to do that, which means they're going to be spending 95% of the cap for these 2 years to get that
The catch figure,
cumulative
yeah.
number up there.
Right.
So there's no excuse for the Patriots not, being active out there in the marketplace. The other point is Belichick achieved a Super Bowl
Right.
still by saving 18%. I mean, gave everybody 18%.
Yeah, but that's no reason to be cheap now. Come on. Time to spend some dough.
Deflategate.
Nonsense.
Have you heard anything about
It's
that? Has that problem
Faded
gone away?
pretty
or
quickly, yeah.
Doing a fade, is it?
Yeah.
Think we'll hear any more about that, Scott?
probably not.
Yeah. I think there'll be some Mickey Mouse words where
That's
the
words.
investigation was inconclusive.
Yeah.
Something happened, but we sure as heck don't know what it was. They'll glossity it up a
Yeah.
little bit. It won't be exactly that words, but that's what it'll mean. we just can't quite seem to get our arms around
Right.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston,
Yeah.
first quarterback taken?
I think so. He's a very talented kid, so it's all about his off the field shenanigans,
Adventures.
right?
Boy, oh boy, they are really coming down hard on these guys that abuse women.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah, as well they should. You know, I've never laid a finger on my wife.
God bless you.
I've tempted a couple of times to really give her a good, but she's tougher than I am.
Yeah, I know. You might be biting off more than you.
But seriously, any guy that does that to a woman is just, it's beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, me too. It's disrespectful. So,
I just don't, but Winston hasn't always shown great judgment. Now, he's only a child.
right.
He's a child in a man's body. What's he going to be when he grows up? Well, that's what the draft is. It's sort of a crapshoot, you know. I wonder what he's going to be like 4 years from now, you know. I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, will he be the number one quarterback taken?
He will be the number one quarterback taken, and he will be the first pick in the draft. by
He will be.
Tampa Bay.
So,
Yeah, I think
so
it's-
that's a
it's
10
lot.
on your part,
That's
huh?
a 10 on my part.
Scott?
10.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I also think he's going first.
Really? All right. You
I think
guys.
the question is when's Mariota going to go? You know, some people see him actually dropping down into the 10-12 range when you
Really?
look at some of these
Yeah.
mock drafts. Yeah,
I heard a
not everybody's
report,
sold on him.
I heard a report today that out of New York that the Jets would trade the 6th pick to the Eagles for the right package.
So that Kelly could take him.
So, yeah, Chip Kelly could reunite with him.
That would make sense, actually.
Would make a lot of sense. He knows the kid.
Yeah.
It's not like you're buying some young man that you know nothing at all about.
It's the best fit for Mariota,
It
too.
is the best fit.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a great fit for him, no question. I wrote down some of the guys, we've already talked about them. Browner, Volma, got a $7 million cap number.
I think they'd like to extend him and bring that down a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a $4.25 million salary. If they could extend that a couple of years, that would bring the cap down.
Yeah.
And I think that would make everybody happy. Mayo has got some astounding numbers here. He's got a 10.6 cap number, 6.25 million salary, of which 4.5 is guaranteed due to injury. So, what do you do about him? There's,
So you're not going to save that much.
well, the point is
Million and a
that
half, 2 million.
they would really, I think, now according to the talking heads I was listening to on ESPN, they think they may cut him.
I wouldn't be shocked at all.
No, because their linebacking right now is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and would he be a backup going into next year?
Probably.
I think so too. Yeah. I think
Rotational
so.
guy come in.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a 3-down linebacker.
No.
Certainly.
Now they're going to ask Amendola to take a cut on his $4 million.
Yeah.
And if Amendola has got anything going, he better take it. You know, he's never, ever, seems to me anyway, earned his keep.
Right.
Although, the second half of this year and Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, he played pretty well.
Yeah,
he plays in
sure
the Super
did.
Bowl. That goes a long way.
And he can return kickoffs.
Yeah.
Okay? But there's an awful lot of kids in college that can do that,
Yeah.
that are fast, you know? But
This is a big year for free agent wide receivers.
It
too.
is.
There's a lot of guys
Yeah.
out there that are in that Amendola
Yeah.
class. I mean, you get your top of the grade, and then as you go down, there's a ton of guys.
Tons
Yep.
of kids in the draft, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a deep draft. That's
Yeah.
right. I've heard that too.
Arrington, yeah, $3 million cap savings if they cut him after June 1st. They think that's what may happen.
Yeah.
I guess it all depends if.
Well, you know, it's what do they think about if you assume Revis is back
You're right.
and you assume that Bronner is back, which may be a big assumption.
I think that's a big assumption, but I think You can assume McCourty will be back, I think.
I don't know.
No?
Time will tell. The next time we speak, we'll probably
We'll have a
some
better
answers to
idea,
this,
yeah.
But they got some depth at corner.
Yeah,
You know.
yes they do. Yeah. McCourty, Vereen, and Ridley are free agents. McCourty is the only one they care about. The other two are gone.
The other two, I think, are gone. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a shame because Vereen is a fairly handy tool.
He is.
But he's going to want to get paid more than he's getting. And there's about 50 or 60 kids coming out of college that could do what he does.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I really think they're both gone. Ridley's coming off the injury. Maybe Ridley can get down on bended knee and say, "Take me back. I'll."
1 year deal.
Yeah,
prove
1 year
it.
deal. Let me prove that I can still
Yeah.
do it. And
That's a possibility with Ridley, I think.
yeah,
I think Vereen will be elsewhere. Somebody will pay him.
yeah, I think
Probably overpay him off his Super
probably
Bowl.
yes, because he's not going to have the cast of characters that he
Right.
had here, and he's not going to have Tom Brady serving it up on a silver platter for him either.
Think about him signing Reggie Bush.
I've always liked
Fill
Reggie
that
Bush.
role.
I've always liked Reggie Bush.
Yeah,
I
fill
mean,
that Vereen role.
he's
out
got
there.
and he's got speed to burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me thinking about that. And here is the signing of the year. The Bills have acquired Matt Castle.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, life in the fast lane.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good move because they're going to run, right? They got McCoy from the Eagles.
Who's not happy that he's been
Who's
traded?
not happy, but he'll run with anger for Rex this year. I hope he can run his way out of town. But in the meantime, it's Rex pounding ground and pound, right? Put a tough defense out there, which they have.
Yeah.
And, bring in some big offensive linemen and let McCoy run the ball. And then you have a Matt Castle who can not
He
screw
can
up.
he can dink
He
you
can
a little bit,
dink and
short
dunk a little
passes.
bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit the tight end. They've got a decent tight end up there. You can do worse than Matt Castle.
Yeah, not a hell of a lot worse,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's the kind of guy that should be more or less mistaken free.
Right, that's the whole idea. I think.
Very conservative, short passer,
Yeah,
and he can actually run the ball a little bit if he's pushed.
and Rex will be grinded out,
Yep.
try to get a few turnovers on defense, get some cheap points,
Yeah.
have the offense score 14 points and win the game 21-17.
There you go.
Right,
Simple as that.
right.
Super Bowl, here we come. Well, I'm going to start off here with a very, very sad story. Jamie McCourt, Frank McCourt's ex-wife, that owns the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Former Dodger owner. They went through this messy divorce. She's a lawyer. The judge, a California appeals court, in a unanimous ruling, leaves intact an agreement that paid Jamie McCourt only $131 million in the divorce.
really.
Now, how is a working girl, going to live on that?
Careful.
I'm telling you, huh?
Yeah.
The justice sometimes is blind.
Well, McCourt's probably worth a couple of $1 billion, right?
Oh, I don't know. But
Frank?
Yeah.
Frank's done well, I think.
Frank has, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he made a couple of bucks on the sale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
California real estate. Yeah.
So, but here's a real sad story. Sad, yeah, I guess. Josh Hamilton,
Yeah.
gone backwards.
Yeah, fella. Yeah.
Yeah, back to drugs and alcohol, I guess, both. He's got a $5 million, 125, a 5-year, $125 million contract with the Angels. And he's gone and done this.
Yeah.
Can they get out of that contract? Is that part of behavior that reflects badly on the
Morals
team?
clause
Yeah,
type of thing.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think it
Right.
takes more suspensions. It'd take more than
Oh,
this.
he's gone for the year, I'm sure.
At
Well, I don't
25
know.
games.
25-game suspension.
Did they
Yeah.
already give it to him?
I'm not sure if they.
Well, he's been
But that's-
suspended before, hasn't he?
I'm
don't-
not sure. About
I don't
that.
know about that.
I heard 25 games though.
Huh.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was about right.
Wow.
Because he's not a repeat offender, right? I mean, he was clean, and now he's relapsed.
He seems to me he's lost time before, though, because of the drugs.
I think it was
And
when he
alcohol.
was young, though,
Yeah.
before he even made it to the major
Yeah.
leagues. So, I mean, he's no Steve Howe with
No, but you know.
repeat offense after repeat offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all that ability and just can't stay away from it. That's
Well, hopefully it's a relapse and he can get it together. Because he's a great player when he's on. You know,
no
he
question
really is.
about
yeah.
that. But how on was he last year when he was just totally
I don't think
out
he
of
wa-
it?
Yeah, I don't think he was.
No. Do you think he
Yeah.
may have been dabbling last year?
Tough to
Because-
say.
You never know.
Yeah,
It's really tough to
it
say.
is tough to say, but in my conversations with other people that I've had, drug use during the season is not unknown in the major leagues.
Oh, no. I'm sure it's not.
Yeah, not quite like the NBA, but that's
Right.
all right. Now I got some 1 to 10 questions here for you. All right, 1 being no chance in the world, 10 being absolute
Rock solid,
lead
huh?
pipe cinch.
Okay.
Over under on the Red Sox, 86 and a half.
86 and a half?
Yep. So they got to win 87 games for the over, 85 or less, or 86 actually.
I'm
for
going to
the-
go over, but I don't feel great about it.
So you're not a 10 on the over.
No, I'd say I'm about a 4 or 5.
In other words, you're going to keep your money in your pocket this year,
Yeah. But I think they're going to win. I think they're going to be a decent team.
Scott?
I think I'm about a 6 that will get to 88 wins.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How about you, Bill?
Under.
You think they're going under?
Yeah. Now, that's a gutless call on my part because when you hear my next remarks here, all right. As things stand right now, if we are right now breaking, this is our roster, we're heading to the season beginning, I'm under. But do the Red Sox get Cole Hamels?
I feel well, let me put it this way. I feel they're going to get a top of the rotation starter
It's going
sometime.
to either be him or Cliff Lee?
No, I think it's going to be him or maybe Jordan Zimmerman or maybe even David Price. Because they're all going to be free agents next year. They're all
Yeah.
going to get traded around the trade deadline. So I think they're going to get maybe even Johnny Cueto. He's another one. I think they're good, or Cole Hamels. I think they're going to get somebody.
If that's the case, I would be very bullish about over.
If they get that
Yeah.
ace, yeah, top of the rotation guy, yeah.
Himmels, no one is knocking Philadelphia's socks off.
No,
Ruben Amaro Jr. is the general manager there. He's that far from getting canned. He's got to come out of this looking good, or otherwise the feeling is in Philadelphia that
and they've had a
See you
scout in
later.
Fort Myers all week.
yeah they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting because the Red Sox reporters are reporting that one of the senior guys in Philadelphia is there watching the Red Sox.
Right.
Okay, I'm about a 7 that they're going to get Himmel. I really am. I think they're going to pull the trigger on it, and I think well, let me back up. I wasn't very happy that Rusty Castillo got hurt.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunate.
those stupid oblique injuries,
Can be pesky.
they can last a month. If he was healthy, I think they would look at an outfielder.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah, and I think
I think they could even try to line up a three-way trade to float one of these
could be.
outfielders into
Could be.
the mix. The Phillies looking for prospects.
Yep.
You know,
And the Red Sox got them. They got prospects. No doubt about that.
and they got outfielders.
They got outfielders coming out their eyes.
Yeah.
Will the Red Sox get Lee?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Okay.
I loved Cliff Lee 5 years ago, but
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't a good year last year.
No.
No. And then they had
And
a
he's-
sore elbow, was it, last year?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
limited anyway in
Sounds
his
familiar.
appearances.
yeah, and he's making like 27 or something, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, 27.5 I think it is
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, will Hanley Ramirez help the Red Sox? I guess the answer is Hanley Ramirez will help the Sox. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much?
Oh, I'm in the 7 to 8 range. Yeah, I think he's going to
Quite the Kool-Aid that you're stocking at your house, Scott.
I would be about the same, but I'm going to go 6.
6. I'm with you. Yeah. About the third time a ball bounces wrong off that left field wall in Fenway Park. Hey, I never had problems at shortstop, you know. What do
Yeah.
you put me out here for? This stinks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Is the Uehara 2-year, $18 million a wise signing on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's call it a wise signing. How strongly do you feel about it being a wise signing?
I'd give it about a 5.
6.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Happens all the time.
I'm with both of you. Yeah. I love Uehara,
Yeah.
but 2 years and 18 mil. When Miller got the same money, 4 years, 36.
Yeah, I would
And
have
he's
rather.
a hell of a lot younger.
Right.
He's got a hell of a lot more ability.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like it when they signed him to it. Then I said to myself, yeah, but he's going to bounce back.
He's going to have a
And
good year
he
this year. I
admitted
think.
he had arm trouble.
Yeah.
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 On a scale of 1 to 10, will Pedroia hold up for the season?
Oh boy. It's a huge question.
Scott, he's dodging it.
I'm going to go 4.
Uh-oh.
Then we see Mookie Betts play some second base.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd go about probably a 5 with Pedroia. He needs to come back and prove it again.
You two joined at the hip?
It's in the genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Shane Victorino be with the Sox all year?
I suspect actually that he will.
Does getting hurt count?
Yeah, not really, no. He's going to have a Sox uniform, whether he's in it or not.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Give it that 5,
All right.
6.
I give that about a 1. I think he'll be the first one traded.
I hope so.
He could go at the trade deadline
Yeah.
or before.
Well, I think
yeah.
he'll go in spring training. I think if he gets into some games and looks good down there, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13.
Send him back to the Phillies.
What's it, 13 mil
Yeah.
he's due? And
13.
to what,
39.
sit on the bench?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. You guys here, you know, he's my right fielder, you know. I don't really
Yeah.
think so.
When he's healthy, though, he's a good player.
Now, I wrote this before Rusty Castillo wrenched his gidnoid muscle or whatever the hell he wrenched. How much will he help? See, I really like this kid.
I like him too, but he's 19 years old.
No, Castillo. The,
Oh,
The outfielder that's 27, I think, years old. They
Oh,
had
okay.
him up for.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
confused the two of them. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, I like him too.
I liked him down at Pawtucket.
Yeah.
I liked him up with
Got
the
a
Red
cup
Sox.
of coffee last year. Yeah.
Yeah. He seems to say and do the right things. He's athletic. I think he can play center field. And if that's the case, Mookie's going to play right. And if that's the case, Shane's going to be warming up pitches in the bullpen
Yeah.
for something to do. And I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll move.
Yeah.
Victorino.
They probably will.
Will Alan Craig be with the team?
I don't think so.
All right. What
And he's
if
a guy
he
that
starts hitting?
you could package in the Cole Hamels trade if you could bring a third team in and get another prospect for
Yeah. But
him.
if Craig shows he's hitting again in spring training,
Which he probably
the
will.
Phillies may say, "Wait a minute, we can play him at first base, we can play him at third base, and he's hitting."
Corner outfield.
Yeah. Holy cow. I don't know. I don't think he'll be with the club. I really don't. I think if he starts hitting, he's gone.
Yeah, I think there'd be a lot of interest in him.
And
National
I think
League,
if he doesn't hit,
proven
he's
National
gone.
League player. Yeah.
I don't know. Observations. The Paw Sox may have the best rotation in the minors. Henry Owens, Keith Couch, Brian Johnson, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Edwin Escobar.
Yeah. A lot of good young kids there.
And if Stephen Wright goes down there, there's another arm.
Yeah.
That really looks pretty good to me.
It does.
Uh,
A couple of those guys will find their way up during the year.
Oh, no question. No
Right.
question. Owens will be up. Unless he falls a flopperoo down there.
Yeah.
We don't
unlikely.
know.
Yeah,
I mean, he's only pitched, what, 2 AAA games? One of them, I think, was a shutout.
right.
Um,
He's excelled at every level, though.
Yeah, he has.
He really has.
Big Poppy looks like he's lost 20 or 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Sandoval looks like he's found it.
Yeah.
But this is the best shape I've seen Big Poppy in.
He does.
But you know what really talks me off? Why didn't he do this 5 or 6 or 7 years ago? I mean, when he was toting around 40 or 50 extra pounds.
Yeah, he is. He was a lot bigger. You're
Yeah,
right.
a lot bigger.
He's happy he's got some friends now.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. But they'll be going out eating all that Spanish food, and they'll all look like Sandoval.
Yeah.
Jackie Bradley has become Mr. Insignificant.
Yeah, it's too bad. I like that kid.
I mean, so we get outfielders to trade that just won't quit here.
Right.
I mean, yeah, defensively, he looks fine.
Outstanding.
Now, when he was down at Pawtucket a couple of years ago, he had trouble with the balls hit straight at him over his head. Worked his way through.
Seems to have adjusted.
Yeah,
I have heard that Atlanta is very interested in him.
yeah. Well, you know what? If you have a good hitting coach that can relate to young guys, not
Yeah.
just their mechanics, but as a person, I think that Jackie Bradley could be a very, very worthwhile reclamation project.
I
He's
love
got
the
the
kid.
tools.
I mean, his defensive talent is elite.
Yep. First base has Napoli and Poppy, Big Poppy, sharing the bag with Cecchini, Chuckini actually, Sandoval, Bogarts, and Yoan Moncada all headed over there. Because at one time or another, everybody has said about those four, they're not going to be able to play third base much longer. They're getting too big, they're getting muscle bound, and Bogarts and Moncada are going to be too big to be shortstops. They'll all have to move over to first base. First base is going to be crowded.
It's yeah.
Yeah. The Red Sox love Cecchini. They love his swing. And he's the nicest kid in the world.
Is that right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he could talk to a doorknob. I mean, he's got a great personality. He laughs. Races as hell with everybody down at Pawtucket.
Does he?
Yeah, the kids. He loves the kids.
Good. We could use a guy like that.
Yeah. And Bogarts, I think, has got to go someplace. I don't think shortstop's the best place for him. Unless he does a 180, certainly didn't
I
look
think
like.
he's going to get his chance.
Yeah, oh, he's got to get a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who knows about Yoan Makata, except he hasn't signed a contract yet, number one. And for a shortstop, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'1", 220. And they're saying he's not
Ripped.
going to be a shortstop for long.
Yeah.
But how come the Red Sox appear to be talking down Christian Vasquez? He doesn't seem to be getting a whole heck of a lot of respect.
Yeah, it's been all about Swihart.
It has been, and it's been about this other guy they acquired too,
Hannigan?
Hannigan.
Yeah. Who's a
You
backup?
know, and yeah, but he's an extra Ross, and he's a he handles and he frames pitches and blah blah blah. But Vasquez is the best defensive catcher to come through the Red Sox system since I don't know when.
A long time.
And he hit 240 last year as a rookie.
Yeah.
No, if he could hit 260, go to the other field, hit behind the runner on a hit and run, with his defense, he'll be an all-star catcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand what this is all about, to be honest with you.
Well, at some point in the next 2 or 3 years, they're going to trade either Swihart or him, right? One of the two is going to end up getting
Swihart,
packaged.
I think, talking about moving this guy to first base and that guy, they addressed it again the other day, Swihart. And it was Charrington that said, well, we're not ready to do that yet, when asked if they're going to look at him at third base. And he's, well, we're not ready yet. He's very athletic. We know he can
Yeah.
play other places, but
And by all accounts, he's a great defensive catcher.
yeah.
So,
By the way, he's not big.
no.
No, not big. He'll be down in AAA. Man, I'll tell you,
They're
AAA is
loaded.
going to be fun
Loaded.
this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
loaded.
Absolutely loaded.
Daniel Nava will help some club in the majors.
Yeah, he's another one.
I mean, all he does is just hit. I
Yeah.
mean, Stephen
Short
Wright
money.
gets no respect either. Yeah, short money. Yeah. Stephen Wright gets no respect either.
Yeah.
In fact, the biggest complaint about Stephen Wright was from the catchers. They couldn't catch his knuckleball.
Yeah.
It moved too much.
Right.
You gotta be kidding me. That's a complaint?
He'll be down in Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Good experience for Swihart to catch that knuckleball.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
I'd like to think Stephen Wright can find a place up in the majors. I really would. I mean, jeepers creepers, he's done it all down in Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Darren Marrero. Now, I've only seen him in bits and pieces, but doesn't really seem like a natural up there at the plate.
No?
He can field, and he can throw.
I've heard he's major league
Yeah,
ready defensively.
yeah, but boy, with the bat, he's got a ways to go yet.
Yeah, well, you wonder sometimes. We have a tendency to overvalue our minor league players, right? I mean,
We do.
we've had these conversations.
Phenoms.
Yeah, that
yeah.
are going to be the next great thing, and then they never really quite.
Jackie Bradley was in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Then Bogarts was in the Hall of Fame.
right.
And they're both sucking air right now, trying to figure out which end is up.
And remember when Rose and Pavano were coming up? We were going to have the next Randy Johnson, Kurt
Brian
Schilling.
Rose,
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't really work out,
Right.
did it? Brian Rose had a short career, and Pavano
Kicked
was,
around.
what, 500 pitcher maybe?
Yeah.
With arm trouble.
had one decent year and then signed a nice free agent contract.
Yep.
Then he stunk again.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you this.
Okay.
But what two teams have a 92.5 over under?
What two teams? I'm stalling for time. have a 92.5.
Yeah. Now the Red Sox had an 86.5. But there are two teams that have a 92.5. I'll give you a hint. I shouldn't do this. You guys should have this answer on the tip of your tongues, but both in the National League.
Both the Washington Nationals,
Yep.
right? And I would say the Dodgers.
Yes. Who's got an 89.5 ahead of the Red Sox in the American League?
In the American League?
86.5, by the way. The Red Sox
That's
are
pretty
second
good.
in the American League.
That's
Detroit.
pretty good.
No.
No?
No.
Kansas City.
No.
I don't think it's Oakland. Seattle? Oh, the Angels.
The Angels.
Oh, the Angels.
And where?
I want to go under on that.
Now, how about the Yankees?
Oh man, they could finish in last place in this division, so I'd put their over under right around 80.
81 and a half.
81 and a half.
I'm taking the under on that one, I'll tell you.
So do you winning record or losing record?
Well, 82, 82, 81, 81 would
Is
be
even.
162. So I think they'll have a losing record.
80 and 82.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's.
I think it's going to be worse than that. To be honest with you.
It could be.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to be picked by a lot of people to be last in the division. I
Yeah.
would think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sale of the Paw Sox. Have you been following that?
A little bit. I know that.
It's hit a snag.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
With the stadium deal?
Yeah. Yeah, they may not be able to acquire the parcel they were thinking about. But you know what really drives me nuts? I love going to Pawtucket.
Yeah.
It's easy, okay? Down in Providence, the parcel that they're going to put the stadium on is 5 acres.
That's it?
That's it. Where are they going to park cars?
Yeah. That's awfully small, I would think.
Yeah. And supposedly there's a codicil on the deed that says something, it restricts the use of the property.
Huh.
I don't know. But I sure as heck would like to see.
Why do they want to move? Just more seating, or?
Yeah. Well, we want to give them more of a big league experience. We want more comfortable seats. We want
People like the Pawtucket experience.
because it's simple, it's clean, it's
Yeah.
family fun, and as an
Cheap.
afterthought, by the way,
You know
yeah,
those prices are going to go up.
you know they're going to double.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that question. I already gave away my answer. But they already, well, what happened was they announced it. Everybody down at Pawtucket, Providence are all ripping. So then the Red Sox threw a bone out. Well, we're going to keep Mike Tamburo, of course, as president of the operations, and the other fellow,
Is he going to work for Larry?
yep, the other guy, Lou Schwackheimer.
Yeah.
Have
not
you been
familiar.
down to Pawtucket, like before the game, and you're watching them wetting down the infield and everything, and there's a guy walking around with some sort of one of those stupid hats that comes down over your ears and down over your head. Yeah, that's him,
Okay.
the assistant general manager.
Out watering the field.
Yeah,
You got to love it.
but
Minor league baseball.
yeah, 10,031 is the amount of fans that will go into Pawtucket.
That's the
Now,
capacity?
yeah.
10,000?
Do you really and truly think? Now, they averaged, last year, I believe they averaged about 7,200. You really think building the new stadium down there and having 16,000 or 17,000 or 18,000 for a capacity, they're going to fill that place up? They're not going to, because they're going to lose some of the Boston people, because they're not going to drive through Pawtucket, through Providence, to this place,
Right.
and then park where there's no parking.
Right.
And by the way, the free parking days will be over. It'll
Yeah, I
be
know.
$10 to park.
Absolutely.
And
All the prices will go up.
I don't like this at all.
I think it's a bad idea.
I do too.
I just don't think it's a good business deal, too, because I don't think they're going to double their attendance.
I don't think so either.
And so how are you
But-
going to pay back a new stadium if you don't double
But-
your attendance?
Well, that's it. That's it. And you know the other thing too. I lost my thought. Well, anyway, it'll stay
Attendance,
lost. It'll come
yeah.
back. Yeah. They're also going to put in some boxes, some
Yeah.
suites and that kind. Who the heck is going to buy them for minor league baseball?
Right.
You know. Well, look, if you're out in Topeka, Kansas, where there is no major league baseball, maybe you can sell a few those kind of boxes for
Right.
entertainment, but. I don't think down in Providence you're going to get away with it. I got a little notice from the Globe. the
Did
other
you?
day. Yes, this will tickle you. The Globe Grant. Grow breeders and nonprofits together.
Oh.
If you'd make some sort of a donation, you get a free ad in the Globe or something like that.
Is that right?
But guess who mailed me this letter?
John Henry?
the new managing director of the Boston Globe. And I never heard one word about who it is. Linda Pizzuti Henry.
Oh,
He bought her the
he
Globe.
bought her the Globe.
Yep.
Wow.
Have you wondered about some of the editorials in the Globe? Elizabeth Warren every single day in there,
Yeah,
puff
yeah.
pieces on her.
Yeah.
I think I've discovered part of the reason.
Yeah, you may be onto it. Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
the
I
political
think
inside
so.
there. Yeah.
By the way, I copied down.
They're
the-
all liberals that own the Red Sox.
Yeah.
They're all liberals.
Oh, they all are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy, they hated Kurt Schilling.
Yeah.
I got the 40-man roster, and I got the non-roster players invited for spring training. And I wrote them down. I don't know why. I just felt like doing it. Couple of surprises. One I love. Quentin Berry.
Quentin Berry.
Quentin Berry is down with the Red Sox, and they signed him to a contract. They went after him, by the way.
They did.
Yeah. Now, unless I misread this, now I did not have a chance to look this up. Is he in there, Scott?
Quentin
I-
I
Berry.
don't think so, because I don't think he played in the majors last
I
year.
didn't think he did either.
No. But I read, and I think it was a quote from Quentin Berry. He said, I have stolen 30 bases in the major leagues and never been caught once.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. He has never
Yeah.
been caught.
He is not in here.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought he was a very useful player.
He was.
And he can shag them flies in center field, too.
Yeah. Problem is you can't steal first.
Well, that's exactly right.
Right.
I mean, he's sort of defenseless up
Yeah.
there. But Mitchell Boggs is down as a non-roster invitee. He was a dominating pitcher over in the National League.
Yeah. He's been out for a couple of years, though, hasn't
yeah, yeah. His arm fell off. They glued it back on. Keith Couch is down there. Brian Johnson, Henry Owens.
he? Yeah, Benny Johnson.
The catches are just they're who knows who they are. Brian LaHare is down there for the Red Sox. Now he had a good season or two with the White Sox or the Cubs. And then all of a sudden, the following year, he hit 200. Then the year after that, 185. And at 31 last year, he was the oldest player in Double-A.
Really?
Yeah. So he begged for a chance. And they
signed him.
said, well, it's not going to really cost much to have you down here. You're a non-roster invitee. And I guess he just said, if you give me a chance, maybe I can show somebody I can play.
Okay. Give him a chance.
Yeah. Jameel Weeks is down there. A useful piece.
Interesting player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest of these guys, by the way, Sean Coyle is up on the Major League roster. Smallest man on the roster.
Is he?
They're smaller than Pedroia.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going to have the no luck getting Pedroia out of the way of second base, I don't think.
He's
but-
on the 40-man, though, huh?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Brent's, is on the 40-man. I would imagine they'll drop him.
There'll be a few
The
changes,
first
probably, yeah.
time they have a chance to pick anybody up. But some of these pitches they've got are pretty darn interesting, I'll tell you. If potential means anything, the Red Sox got some interesting names. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And that's about it for baseball. We just have a couple of minutes for hockey.
Okay.
But,
Where do
on
we
a-
begin?
On 1 to 10 scale, will Shirelli be fired?
I'm going to give that a 2.
I'd give it about a 4.
Okay, I'm giving it a 10. Julien, will he be fired?
No.
I don't think so.
I'll give that a 10 also.
They're both going.
There's something wrong with the Bruins front office.
Yeah.
Something very, very wrong.
I wouldn't be against it, but I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. I summed up.
Would you hire Milbury?
No. Oh,
He came out and said he wants to coach the Bruins.
no, he ruined them before. This is a bad team, and with all their troubles, Julian was hopping on Pasternak's defense last week, and he threw Ryan Spooner under the bus too. What did Spooner do in one game? Got a goal and hit a post, and was used on the power play, and he was actually moving the puck around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not responsible. Oh, he's.
He's got a couple points, though.
So I summed it up here. Connolly breaks a finger, and he's out till mid-April. 12 goals, 3 assists. Gee, I guess he doesn't pass the puck. I say trade Lucic and Chara both and rebuild around speed and skill. But they'll get less now after the trading deadline. What or who is to blame for this? Overly cautious, unsound judgment by Chiarelli, or was Neely not willing to go along with it? Or was it Charlie Jacobs? Or are all three muddled in their thinking and unable to reach an agreement going forward?
Yeah, I don't think they ever considered that, but
Well, I got some other great stuff about the Bruins,
Yeah.
including if the Bruins had kept Tyler Sagan, Phil Kessel, Blake Wheeler, and Jerome McGinley, they would all lead the Bruins in scoring.
Right. Is that
Yeah.
right? Each one of them?
Well, actually, I lied. Ginley would be 1 point off the lead. And it just goes on.
Yeah, it's
Dennis
been a-
Weidman would be the 5th leading scorer on the Bruins. They're pathetic.
It's
It's awful.
hasn't worked out well.
No,
for them.
it hasn't. My friends, it is time to bring our show to a close tonight. The time has flown by. We didn't get to all of our stuff, but I think I was looking at the calendar, and I think we can get together along about the 26th of March.
Okay.
And I think that that will be the end of spring training special and our predictions.
Predictions for the baseball season.
Predictions for the baseball season. We're going to lay it on the bloody line.
Okay.
No more vacillating. And then we'll pick apart the bones and the carcass of the Bruins.
Okay.
We won't even talk about the Patriots.
Good.
All right? So, folks, good night. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Send money.